HBar, Algorand Jasmy, Solana are all dead coins. They're all going to go to zero. This is a popular opinion for some of the coins that I've talked about, and a lot of people might believe that if they're new to the crypto space. Opinions are the cheapest commodity in crypto, and I'm going to tell you a story in this video about how I got wrecked following opinions, and hopefully you'll learn from this and avoid the same mistakes I did. Hit the like button and let's get into this video. Now, what drew my attention to the opinions of people was this post by Alex Wasey talking about Solana, saying it's a sleeping giant, a forgotten chain. Down below you can go through and various comments saying how good and how great Solana is, and then at the bottom, Solana is a dead chain that cannot be resurrected. Now, this isn't to argue the point of whether or not I think Solana is a dead chain or an alive chain, and I will tell you later on my opinions on Solana. But what it's about is basically everywhere you look across crypto is just a lot of noise. A lot of people who may seem educated, may seem uneducated, and you don't know for sure whether they are or they're not, giving you advice on cryptocurrency. And this makes it extremely difficult and therefore can be potentially very dangerous for investors. Now, as I promised you, I was going to tell you a little story from my past. As an investor, before I got involved in the dizzying, exciting world of crypto, I used to dabble in investing in AIM shares. AIM shares are on the London Stock Exchange. They're kind of small cap shares, and they're kind of like what the degens did before they got into crypto, okay? At least if you're in the UK. Now, this is a website called London Southeast, and it's a place that you can go and look at your favorite shares and stuff like that. This would actually be a really good thing in crypto. Maybe this exists. Let me know down below in the comments if it does. If it doesn't, there's a business idea for you. This, you can see, is a share that I invested in all the way back in like 2015 called 88 Energy. It's an oil company that was basically mining off of Alaska, an Australian oil company mining off of Alaska, and they were going to find, enormous billions and billions of barrels of oil, and this was going to make them worth an absolute fortune. If you go down to the shared chat, you can see it's still full of excitement. Now, I bought this around 29 cents and it went up to about $4.8. I think that's right. Either that was 2.9 cents and it went to like 48 cents. But either way, it went up a huge amount and it did it very quickly. And do you know what I did? I started to put more money into it because all the chat was telling me that this was happening and that was happening and, this was going to make millions for me. And then, eventually, after I told everyone else to get involved into it, which probably shouldn't have done because, can't give financial advice and all that, it then crashed towards the downside and I got absolutely wrecked. And then, for like months and months and months, continuing on from that, all you could read and hear was people being like, oh, this is going to go to the moon, and other people being like, this is a dead whatever. I only followed on from what everyone else was saying, and I just decided that this was going to make loads of money. And instead of researching and finding out my own information and my own opinion on this, I just followed other people's opinions and I allowed them to influence me. My narrative then just became the narrative that I was just stealing off of other people. Like, I often read people commenting various quotes saying that this is whatever crap, blah, 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 because of this. And then I actually go and watch a YouTube video and then I just see exactly where that comment came from. And fine, we've got to get our information from somewhere, but at least go and understand the background of what all this is about. Now, I want to show you why this can be a really dangerous thing. This is obviously Bitcoin. And if you were wondering what a dead coin might look like on a chart, you might say that it looks like this. And this is Bitcoin, back in the day, and you see sort of flatlining for weeks and weeks and weeks, and people will be like, oh, this is a dead coin, Bitcoin's going to go to zero. Obviously, guys, this was back in March of 2019, and then you can see what happens following this. Now, I'm not saying that every coin out there, Algorand, whatever, HBar, that might look a bit dead right now, well, not so much HBar, but Algorand looking pretty dead, let's have a quick look at it, are destined to go to zero because who knows exactly what's going on. The only thing and the only way that you can know what's going on and be confident in your own decision is by going and researching what Algorand is, what it's working on, and how it's all going to work in the future. Now, your opinions will differ from other people's because we're different people. But for some reason in the crypto space, everyone is extremely passionate and very vocal and trying to tell everyone else that they're wrong all the time to try and make themselves sound better. It's quite weird. Something that maybe we did as kids in the playground, like your football team's crap, or you're really bad at this, I'm really good at this. It's weird, it's childish, and you should probably avoid doing it. But I'm not saying that you should not listen to anyone else's opinion. There is obviously opinions out there. Take on board the opinions and take them with a pinch of salt. It goes for my opinions, it goes for anyone's opinion. All that should be is information to go and gather and then go and find out for yourself whether or not you think that that coin or that ecosystem is going to do well. In the case of Solana, for example, which many people think is a shocking coin because it crashed towards the downside and it's dead because FTX was involved. Solana, you can see its active addresses are in the top 10 chains, its revenue is locked at around, it's making around $20,000 a day, and the total value locked sits around $308 million. That's not a dead chain. It might not be the best performing project in your opinion, but in my opinion, it's going to do really well. So what you can do is go and find out more information. All you need to do is use other people's information to go and make your own decisions. All crypto is, and it's a very worrying and scary like sounding place, is basically a bunch of noise and bunch of opinions. Really, underneath is basically the solid information that's going to take us either to the moon or to zero. And you actually have to go and do something which not many people want to do. And this is the reason, the main reason, why some people are successful and very few people are successful compared to others. Most people out there are lazy people. I'm a lazy person, okay? But there's something that got me through being that lazy person that made me actually get off my ass and start doing something, researching crypto, because I decided that crypto had the ability to make more money for me than something else, than anything else I could think of out there. I tried lots of other things like Shopify. I had also been an employee. I was also in the army. I did various things. I wasn't a very good employee. There's only one way I could ever make it, and that was by doing something myself. If you are sitting there thinking that crypto can shit you a golden egg, and you're just going to be able to make tons of money just by sitting there without doing any research and hoping that some bloke in a Telegram chat or Discord or whatever is going to tell you the golden ticket, and guys, you are absolutely in the wrong place and you will get wrecked, because if you don't have a good understanding of what's happening, you will be like me, sat in AA energy, not really knowing what's going on. If you go and look at the charts right now, there's people in this chat who have literally been there from 2014, and the price right now we can see is sat at around 0.32. That's literally about 3 cents higher than when I bought it back in like 2014 or 2015, whenever it was. Don't go and quote me on that, guys. Go and check it out if you're really that desperate on calling me out. But ultimately, this is like anything. The more effort and the more interest you pay to this, it's going to pay back in dividends. The only thing, you can't just rely on other people's opinions, because that's all they are. Opinions are cheap, guys. Remember, there might be someone who claims to be an expert who's telling you that Bitcoin's going to go up right now, and someone else who claims that Bitcoin's going to go down right now. They can both be experts, and only one of them is going to be right. That's all there is to know. So the only thing you can do is to go and educate yourself as best as possible and prepare yourself for what is potentially a life-changing opportunity in the next 1 to 2 years. If you want to learn more and understand a little bit more about my opinions, which might be right or might be wrong, then make sure you are subscribed, guys, and as well hit that like button. Now, I will tell you my opinion. Since we're here right now, Solana is pretty much one of my biggest, if not my biggest bag that I'm holding right now. And in my opinion, it's going to have a phenomenal bull market. It's heavily linked to the Bitcoin price. You can see all the details above about what makes it such a special thing. And as well, it's undervalued in my opinion because of all the negative stuff that's been said about it. The stuff to do with Alameda Research that crashed the market. The stuff with all the hacks and all these other things. If anything in crypto, negative news is not always bad press. The more you hear all these kind of like negative sentiment and stuff like that, it should intrigue you to go and find out more, because obviously it's capturing people's attention, but also potentially it's undervalued because people who maybe don't know so much about something are telling you it's crap or not worth it or whatever. Now, obviously have your own opinion on Solana. I'm not here to debate. I don't care to sit and argue about crypto coins, especially on a weekend. I've got better things to do, and hopefully you have got better things to do than sit and argue about crypto as well. If you haven't, go and find some new hobbies and find something more exciting to do. And if you're holding crypto, well guys, make sure you are putting it somewhere secure. We've already mentioned FTX in this video, and if you were involved in that last year, then you could have lost a ton of money. Also happened on Celsius and happened on BlockFi. So make sure you are using a hardware wallet to store your crypto. You can do that using this, I recommend, the Decent wallet. There's a link down below in the description for an exclusive discount using the House of Crypto. Now guys, I recommend using this. As you can see, I do use it myself, but it is a sponsored link and I will make a little bit of a kickback if you go and buy one through that. Now, the reason I like it is it supports over 2,000 different tokens. It also works on Bluetooth, so I don't need to plug it into any computers. I can use it just with my mobile device. And it also has a fingerprint scanner, which is pretty cool, pretty James Bond, and definitely something that attracted me to this in the first place. If you want to find out more, guys, go to the link down below. You can find out exactly whether it supports your favorite coins and more details about it. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.